Rodney Scott. Boy, that name is familiar. Do I know you, Rodney?
It does sound familiar, doesn't it?
That name sounds so familiar. Hello, Marianne, Beverly, Vanessa, Brent, Tina. Okay.
Oh,
All right.
that was a
Good.
quick no, Rodney. That's okay.
Well, good. But that's
We'll,
even
we'll
better.
look forward to getting to know you. How is
Right.
that?
Yeah, that was a great call, Amy. And I will tell you that Aaron King from Las Vegas. Hey, Aaron, we're coming to Vegas, baby. Just so you know, get ready. We're coming to Vegas, and not just to play the slot machines. No, no, sir. Gary, Craig and I had a call. We had a 3-hour call with our team from India this morning.
Yes.
There was over 500 people on that call, Gary.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
It was an amazing, amazing call. They created some banners. I'll have to get the banner that they created for the event. You have to understand, folks. I'm going to tell you something before Gary gets started. The people outside of the United States and their different cultures all have the same goals that we do. But I will tell you that they are the most deadliest of serious people I have ever met in my life. And their goals and objectives are like-minded with ours and like-minded with yours. And we are all on the same page that we are here to help people, help families, change lives. And we have been doing that now for how long, Gary?
Oh, we're just past 16 weeks. We're beginning the 17th week, I believe, if we're accurate.
Yep, 17th week. 17 weeks ago, Gary brought this project to me, and I told Gary, no way, no freaking way. Now, why would I say that? Because Gary and I have got 50 years of combined experience in this industry. And in that 50 years, we've seen every single compensation plan known to man on this planet until that day. Was that a pretty good assessment, Gary?
That's a great assessment.
And what you have to understand is when you tell somebody that's been doing this as long as we have, that we're sitting there 16 weeks ago in front of something that we have never, ever seen before, it takes a whole lot of something for Gary and I to be impressed. I will tell you that because Gary and I aren't impressed very easily. And it's not because we're this or we're that. It's because the industry itself as a whole has created, well, for lack of better words, just destroyers of lives. Okay. Now you have to take that for what it's worth. And what I mean by that is the old guard, the old way, were always only about themselves and about 3% of the people that ever came inside their company. So we've never met owners like this before. That's where I'm going with this. We never met leadership like this before until that first week. But I will tell you right now that Gary and I only started with 2 people each. Is that right, Gary?
That's 100% right.
And that's exactly how we've built this from the top down. And today, Gary and I have over 11,000 members that are all fully qualified for the entire compensation plan that you're getting ready to see in this business that you're getting ready to learn to understand. And they're already in profit. Give me a 1 if that's exciting. Give me a 1 if what I just said to you excites you and you would like to learn from Gary and I how to be in profit before you ever launch to the world with only 2 people. There you go. Over to you, Gary.
All right, before we get going, this is a new presentation. We just got it. And I want to qualify that up front because you'll see some translation errors. I haven't had the chance to get edited out of here yet. So rather than point them out, I may not say exactly what the slide says. But before we get started, here's how many new people that have never been on a invite or presentation call that are with us today? New people, first time with a call with us. Give me a 1 if you're a new person and this is your first time with us. Oh, we have some new people today, new guests.
Yes.
Don't be shy. Don't be shy. If you're new, give us a 1.
Yeah.
We
Or
won't hold it against you.
if you're a new member and this is your first Zoom with us, give us a 1. If you're a new member and this is your first Zoom with Gary and I, give us a 1 as well. Awesome.
Awesome. So guys, new people only. Let me ask you a question. How many of you have ever been in a direct selling, an opportunity, or some online or offline portion that you did to make a little extra money? Give me a 2 if you've tried one. New people. New people. Give me a 2 if you've ever done an opportunity before. A 3 if you've never done one. Okay. It seemed like most people at least tried something or another. So in your experience, how many of you new people have made $500 a month or more over the cost of an auto ship or service that you were involved with? If you made over 500, give me a 1. If you made under 500, give me a 2. Okay. So here's generally what most people experience, guys. Most people will go into an opportunity. You're at a high level of excitement because look, it's exciting. Those opportunities are exciting. When you get the light go off, you can see how much they show you how much you can make and all that, right? Then you're left out there to try and figure it out on your own. The average person can put 2.8 people in a year, and 2.8 won't make you any money, right? And your sponsor offered to help you, but he didn't really help you, right? Is that correct? Anybody had that experience, new people? Has that been your experience in the past at any point? Did you feel like a prune on the end of the branch that dried out and it then eventually dried so long it just died and fell to the ground? Right? So here's my question for you. See what happens when that happens and you put people in yourself, they're there with you for 3 or 4 months. They're paying that auto ship. After 3 or 4 months of making no money, what happens? What do? They quit. And there you become funnel marketing. You're putting more people in at the top as much as you're able to offset how many fell at the bottom, right? That's too hard to keep. That's a difficult way to make money because you got to keep at it, keep at it, keep at it, and not give up. But what happens after 3 or 4 months of not making money? People quit. So if we can show you a way that no one leaves, no one quits on you, and it would take just maybe 2 to get you in profit, do you think you could build an organization that would actually sustain you and create a real income for you for once? Give me a 3 if it sounds like it makes sense that it's possible. New people. Do we have your attention at this point? Okay. So let's kind of look into it, and we'll bring all this to why and how it works. Okay. So we're des Alpes. We're going together reach heights that most people only dream of. We may go quicker, and together we go much farther. Okay. This is actually a quote from Nelson Mandela. Alone we go quicker, but together we go farther. Okay. So in most companies, what were you taught to do? Most companies, what did they tell you to do? They said, anybody get within 30 inches of you, right? Your friends, your family, right? Go talk to them, the 3-foot rule, right? How'd that work out for you? It's called the NFL club, right? No friends left. They seen you coming, right? Doesn't work too well. We want to show you a different way. So we're going to cover our disclaimer. I'm not a financial advisor. We can't guarantee what your income will be. We can show you numbers that are projected numbers and how they work. Okay? Yes, friends and family will not trust you in business till you show them the money. Right? Now, we still require certain parameters and individual effort will determine what you make. What you put into this is what you'll get out of this. You must be 18 years old or older to participate. Okay, guys? 18 or older. The results are not guaranteed. Nobody's going to tell you you're going to make X, Y, Z, and it's going to happen. You have to put some kind of effort in. Individual may experience different results depending on many factors, such as your personal efforts, skills, and level of participation. Now, I'm going to stop right here. Bob kind of put this out there in the beginning. Bob only has 2 people. Gary only has 2 people to this day, right? Robert only has 2 people to this day. All right. Most people in here only have 2 personals. We're going to show you why that works. We're not financial advisors. No promise of future income earnings is made. It's important to understand that past performance is not indicative of future income generated. It can vary greatly from person to person. And we encourage a realistic approach and careful management of your expectations. Our values. Generosity. All right. Bob mentioned this, the ownership in this company is unique to anything that we've seen, and we'll explain that in a little bit. Respect. Authenticity. We do not make exaggerated claims or go out there and promote in ways that are unethical. Guys, this is a business. We want to treat it like a business, not a hobby. Coherence, engagement. Okay? Our values. Ooh, I went too far there. Sorry. We are a new age model of opportunity, folks. Des Alpes will put more money in people's hands, average people, compared to any other existing legal models or legal opportunities out there. I'm going to repeat that. The Alps will put more money in average people's hands faster than any other legal opportunity on the market. It's a big statement, guys. Well, I want you to let that sink in for a minute. Okay? Notice something that was said. What was the key point? Average people. We all know what the whales and the big builders can do, right? What do they do? They can put hundreds and hundreds of people in, right? But average people are the ones that have been left behind. In most opportunities out there, 15% make money, and what happens to the other 85? Okay, there are a few companies that hit up there to 30%. 30%. Now, I want to show you something. We're going to take things a little bit out of order for a second. For those, this is so new people can see this. Bob mentioned we have 90% qualified and in profit for day one, right? Everybody heard that. New people, did you hear that? Did it go past you, or did you catch on to that? Give me a one, new people, if you heard Bob say we have 90% qualified. Right? Have you ever seen 90% qualified in any company? Any company. Okay? So let's have a little fun. For members on the call, if you have your first two personals and you're qualified in profit, give me a one. Folks, for those of you who have two levels full, now let's go to three. Let's go to three. If you have three levels full beneath you, give me a three. If you have four levels full, give me a four. If you have five levels full, give me a five. For you new people out there, you see the fives, and I didn't go to sixes, Amy. I appreciate that, but we didn't go. We're just only going to go five today. Sixes and sevens, we're not going to count today. So, welcome, Joe. So here's the point, folks. On any invitation call, you have never seen anything where our audience will tell you their success, and we're still in pre-launch in a sense, and we just opened the doors. I'm thinking 5 days or 6 days ago for the pre-launch. We probably only have 18% that have already upgraded because it's been a slow process. It wasn't fully automated. So what we're showing you here today is average people having great success. Great success. Okay? Because the system is designed to help people that have never made money before. So the Alps is the origin that was forged in the past 7 years by some experience in the business of network marketing and direct sales in Quebec, Canada. Okay. Our ownership team is from Quebec. And Quebec is a tough place to start a business. Okay. The administrators and master distributors accumulate nearly 200 years of experience in the industry. So they're well versed in what works and what doesn't work. The objective is to help people from all walks of life create a substantial income that'll change and grow over a lapse of time through a strong leadership base. The network marketing and online direct sales industry. Approximately 1 adult out of 13 has participated in a network marketing or online direct sales company. About 120 million people today are implicated in some kind of direct sales company worldwide. That's a big number, folks. It's a $200 billion a year industry. Vast majority of participants spend more money than they have. Than they had made, I'm sorry. Got a little box right in my way. My apologies. The opportunity. We're an international company. We have physical and digital products. Okay? We have digital and physical products worldwide. Okay? You have nothing to sell. Many will seize this business model, which will sustain itself through actions that can never be stopped. Daily shopping. We're going to kind of cover that in a little bit. Now, unlike most companies, what happens for you to create commissions? Folks, new people. What did the companies you were involved with require from you? Did you have an auto ship or a monthly service that you used? This is for new people, okay? Monthly subscription. You bought products, okay? Did they have you buy products at first, and then towards the end of the month, if you had a commission, they paid you, right? Okay. So here's my question for particularly for new people. If we could show you a model that you only paid one time and all future expenses, including any products or services, could come out of profits, and you would only pay that one time and never have to worry about paying again, would I have your attention? If we could show you that was possible, would we have your attention? Right? See, we want to solve the biggest problems that are part of the direct selling MLM concept. Not what's our first problem? People drop out, and you have to constantly rebuild it. Then what's the second problem? You're pulling money out of your pocket in hopes to make a profit on the back end because off of other people doing the same thing, right? So what would happen if instead of you pulling money out of your pocket, then it was all structured to come out of your profits and not out of your back pocket? Would that give you a chance to build an organization beneath you because nobody's leaving, nobody's quitting? Okay? You're not having this great big expense month after month coming out of off your credit card or your debit card, right? Have I seen the potential of what we're talking about yet? Have we started to solve the problems of the past? Give me a one, new people, if you could start to see something's different here, right? Something different. This is new. Nothing like this in the last 50 years. All right? Okay. If you simply follow what we do, your income's going to grow month after month and steadily over time. Okay. And they use the word exponentially. Everybody heard Bob say, we grow right now in 16 weeks, we grow at 500 per day. Okay. 500 per day, new people coming in to our group, not the company, our group. Our group. See, we have a something that Bob and I have put since day one. It's called No One Left Behind, right? 2 helping 2, helping 4, helping 8, helping 16. That's a principle. Okay, folks? That's a principle. All right? So we want to create longevity, income sustainability through a simple process. Daily shopping. For new people, the women among the new people in particular, how many of you love to shop? Give me a 3 if you consider yourself someone that loves to shop. Now, if you could get paid, number one, for that shopping and sharing that shopping, and if the price made sense. In other words, you're going to find it cheaper or in the range of an Amazon product or an eBay product or a Shopify product that you felt was a bargain. Would that make sense to you? So let's see how it works. This is called a hybrid structure compensation plan. I want you to write the following numbers down, new people. 2 by 20 forced matrix on one side, a unilevel on the other. How many of you know what a unilevel is? Give me a 1 if you do and a 2 if you don't. You got one person though. Okay, 2, 1. All right. So let's take a look at both of these. We are actually going to build 3 matrices with the same people at the same time. At the same time. So our 2 by 20, hey, Amazon doesn't pay you, that's correct. But we want to. So we build a 2 by 20 forced matrix. How many people can you have on your first level on a 2 by 20? 2. Okay. So for new people particularly, here's my question. You heard Bob and I say that we're over 11,000 people in 16 weeks, folks. Now we get paid all the way through this matrix when people shop. This is the shopping, one half of the shopping matrix. Okay. And in the shopping matrix, we're going to use the example of 1,000 people because we know that how long it'll take to get to 1,000. You're building it 2 by 2 by 2 by 2. And when you get a little momentum, it goes fast. So we know it won't take a great deal of time to get to 1,000. Some people get there fast, some a little slower, but everybody's going to get there. Okay? Nobody's dropping out. You're going to get there. So the company, because of their structure, and we'll get into part of it, how it works in a little bit, will average between $3.50 to $5 profit per person in our 2x20 matrix. Now, let me pull this chat out of our way. If you look at the 10th level, and this is important, you'll notice there's just over 1,000 people there, right? Correct? Give me a 1 if that's correct. And my math's correct. So let's kind of lower the numbers and expectations for a minute. Let's say we didn't make the minimum that the company says is going to be there. Let's lower that. Let's say it's only $3 that we're going to get. And I have 1,000 people, dead even exact. How much is my monthly income off this 2x20 matrix? Now this easy math, there we go. $3,000. Now realize we're lowballing this as low as we can to make the example work for you. So we don't want our expectations get too high. We want them to be average. Okay. For those of you that haven't made $500 a month over your cost, will this help change your lifestyle? Will this improve your life? Give me a 3 if this will change your life, new people. I hope you don't mind me calling you new people. Okay? Folks, back when we had the real estate collapse in 2008, 75% of the foreclosures could have been saved if somebody had an extra $500 a month. That's how much importance money can be for some families that are living on the edge of paycheck to paycheck. We now have the chance in front of you to change your life so positively, and I'm really hopeful that you get to see that. So I want to move on. I don't want to spend too much time, but you can see how the 2x20 works. 2 on your first level, 4 on your second level, down 20 levels deep. Okay? Again, you must be 18 years old to participate. Now, the unilevel. It's the same people. Your first level personally sponsored. Now, over here, eventually, if I sponsored more than 2, and we don't teach that until you have 5 levels deep, you want to help your people be qualified. Okay? It's very important to us that we teach you correctly how to maximize, but maximize for the benefit of your group beneath you. So, level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5. Now, the unilevel and the matrix all take the shopping mall incomes. It's divided 50% over here, 50% over there. Now, how much in the example of $1,000, I'm sorry, 1,000 people, did we show for the 2x20. How much did we make with 1,000 people, guys? $3,000. Well, let's say we lowball this. We're going to lowball this number, and I'm going to say that my directs over here, right here, Bob and Robert, only made $1,000 instead of $3, right? I get 50% matching bonus from Bob and Robert. How much did I make on my direct first level? I made 50% of what they make. Come on. No, fair. We make 500 apiece. So I made $1,000, right, off of Bob and Robert on that first level. There we go. Ernest got it. Right? Now I'm not using the figure they're making 3,000. I'm lowballing as low as I can to show you something here. So unilevel has no width. Okay, there's no restriction how wide you can go. And because of that being true, my level 2 in my structure as I currently have it, I've got 4 people on my second, right? Currently, without growing this. So if I got 4 people making $1,000, right? Everybody follow? How much did I make on my level 2 people at 20%? I don't get 50 anymore. I get 20% on level 2. How much did I make, guys? Where's my mathematicians here? 200 each, 800. And now level 3, I'm only going to get 10%, right? 10%. So now my 4 people are 8 people on level 3. According to my current structure, I have on my 2x20 currently. Now, I can make it grow wider down the road, but I'm only using a minimal example for right now. So on level 3, there's 8 people, right? Making $1,000 each. I get 10% of it. 800, correct. But now things are going to change. Level 4 is 16 people, right? 16 people making $1,000. How much do I get for level 4? 10 per 1,600, right? And level 5, there are currently 32 people on it based on my existing 2x20. So $3,200. So when I add this up, right? Remember, we lowball this. We cut it by a third of what I was currently making. Okay? So when I add 32 and 1,600 and 800 and 800 and 1,000, am I making more in my unilevel than I made over here with my 1,000 people? Give me a 4 if you can see this, folks. New people. All right. I think we're starting to see this. Guys, this is where your big money is while you're building your third 2x20 matrix. Okay? Your third 2x20 matrix. So we have 3 ways to join. 3 ways to join a community. So what are they? A member. Cost is $29 a month. Basically, you get the ability to shop. You're not in it per se to make money, which is okay. Some people don't want to sponsor or recruit or do anything. They just love to shop in the discounts, and they get what? They get free shopping based on what happens below them that they're not even involved in. Okay? You get 25 in advance cashback credit. And every time somebody buys something from somebody that put somebody underneath you, you get what? Cash back. Okay? Cash back. And it accumulates. You participate in the shopping mall profits. Okay? Potential to income earnings potential from 2,046 shoppers. That's what you get. 10 levels deep. You can't go 20, but you can go 10 levels deep as a member only. Okay? Now, VIP member. This is where everybody starts as a VIP. The cost is $129 one time, plus $29 a month. Okay? So, why would you do that? Well, you have to start there. The reason you have to start there, you haven't sponsored anybody. So, we're still going to reward you. We're going to give you $25 advance cashback credit. You're going to participate in a shopping store profits 12 levels deep. Income earnings potential from 8,190 shoppers. I like that. Participate in the payout of immediate compensation plan, step 1. We're going to go in detail on that in a little bit. Ambassador. This just means you have sponsored at least one person personally. We're going to tell you right here in this group, we don't do just one. We do 2. And we help the 2 get their 2. Okay? And then we help the 4 get their 4. We do whatever it takes to help people get to where they want to get to. Cost is $129 a month. $25 advanced shopping. Now, we say $129 a month, and we're going to break that number down and show you how it doesn't come out of your pocket. It's going to come out of your profits every month once you have 2 people. Okay? So you're going to be able to participate in the shopping store up to 20 levels. Income earning potential from over 2 million shoppers. Folks, we're going to have 1 million in the next 12 months. 1 million. Okay? Now, you've heard Bob or myself say that we are 70% of the company currently. We are in a growth rate. We might even accelerate the 70 on up a little bit. Okay? No one will catch us, and we will always be there. We put in the effort to do this. Okay? So, you get to participate in immediate payment plan of the compensation, steps 1 through 7. That means we have global pay daily. Okay, how do we pay and how does it work? All right, if you have a debit or credit card, we have ACH if you're in a country that allows a debit or credit card. If you don't, USDC, USDT, which is a stable coin, we can allow that. The third option, which is coming, and it should be here possibly by the end of the month or early part of February, we have a debit or credit card, a debit card, I'm sorry, that's our own. That allows you to load that debit card. It's yours, and it will pay you. I want you to listen to this real close. 1.5% cash back. 1.5. Now, what does that mean, guys? What's that mean? How many people here on the call, particularly new people, do you have a mortgage payment? Give me a 1 if you have a mortgage payment if you're a new person. Oh, we got 1 for sure. So Mark, I want to pick on you for a second. Craig, all right. Here's my question. What's your mortgage percentage that you're currently paying? Your interest rate that you're paying on your mortgage? That's a good rate. So you've had it for a little while, 3.5. Okay. So here's my question for you. If you were to load your debit card out of your back office versus sending it to your bank account, which is going to get the attention of people that you don't want, say in my case, maybe a month or so, I load 20,000 onto my debit card and I pay my mortgage, my electric, my groceries, any other bill, and I get 1.5% back. When I pay my mortgage and I'm getting 1.5% interest back, isn't that almost like taking the 1.5 points or 1.5 interest off your mortgage rate? Anybody see the big picture? So here's the thing. Normally, when you withdraw money from something, generally you're the one stuck with a fee, right? Now all of a sudden, instead of paying a fee, I'm gaining that fee money back to me. I'm making money on the money I made. Making money on the money I made. That's kind of mind-boggling, isn't it, guys? So, cash back from future shopping. We get $29 a month. Cash back. $9 goes to your back office. 20 goes immediately into the shopping profits payout plan. $25 in cash back credit. Okay. The ACC, or Advanced Cashback Credit, replaces your shopping obligation because it represents shopping. Does everybody understand what I just said? Instead of you have to reach in your back pocket, the $25 advanced cashback credit allows you to use that money for a purchase without you bringing out your credit card. Can you do that with an auto ship on any other company, guys, or service? No. Folks, if you're not excited at this point, I want you to do me a favor. I want you to take your right hand, put it on your left wrist, and check your pulse. Okay? Check your pulse. It's time to get excited. You could purchase a $50 product and you get $10 in cash back. In addition, that you're not paying anything yourself. Okay? Is it getting crazy, guys? You can apply your ACC, your cash back. You have $25 the company just gave you for free to start. Now, once that happens, you got $10 in cash back. You had $20 fee, $25 that they gave you. You still got $15 left over for your next purchase. When you apply ACC, no cash back is applied with the ACC. Okay? Because it's already been paid in the compensation plan. So, all right. So, here's where the nitty-gritty comes into play. I need to move some of these boxes so I can see them and not mess up. So, I'm going to use the example of a product I'm aware of that all our products they're going to have are under contract of some kind. I know of one product that sells on the market for $59.95 plus shipping. So it ends up being like $9.95 shipping or whatever it is. We have a contract which for that particular product that includes the shipping, and the contract is for $30. When that product goes into the mall, it will sell for probably $50. So if it costs the company $30, it sells for $50, how much profit was made on that product? $20. So here's how that works, guys. $10 goes into the 2x20, and 10 goes into the matching bonus in the unilevel. Remember we said 50%, 20, 10, 10, and 10? So half of it went in here, and half went in here. Okay? That applies to every product sold in the mall. Every product, this is how the profit margin is pushed into a force 2x20 as well as the unilevel. But this is matching bonus off your team, and this is not. Okay? Any confusion on that? Give me a 2 if I've confused you in any way. Looks like we're good to go. So, remember, which we've kind of gone into this, 9 goes from back office, 20 goes into the compensation plan. 25 received cash back credit for future shopping. And you earn cash back only from 10 levels deep. VIP member. $129, $29 a month, $9 for your back office, 20 goes into the compensation plan, up to $100 in credit for online courses monthly. $25 received, you earn on 12 levels up to 8,190 shoppers. But the real magic begins, okay? The real magic begins when you become ambassador. Now, VIP doesn't sponsor anybody. You have an immediate payout plan. You're a VIP member only at this point. Now, you can have what we call spillover. We don't encourage spillover. We want to control and help people be qualified without spillover. That's an ugly word to us. In the past, in companies, spillover was always talked about, promised, and it rarely happened in the way that it was presented. Okay? Number one, how do you help somebody you don't know who they are? You can't. And they're likely not qualified. They're likely just a VIP member that falls underneath you. Okay? But if it happens, okay, somebody spilled underneath a VIP number, something's going to happen. Okay? What's going to happen? Well, the VIP member receives $50 in Alps points. In other words, it goes into your mall money. But the person that sponsored that person, who is an ambassador, will get $50 as well. Okay? $50 as well. The ambassador receives $50 in cash. Okay? You have 30 days to sponsor one person and be paid in cash as an ambassador. Okay? So what does that mean? That means when somebody falls there underneath you, you got a 30-day window to become an ambassador. 30 days. Is there anyone on here that doesn't think they could bring their first person in within 30 days? Give me a 1 if you think that qualifies you to fall in that category. Give me 2 if you think you could do it in your sleep, new people.
I think you bum stumbled everybody.
I think I did.
You're not getting any answers now.
I ain't getting anything. Where'd my new people go?
Well, I don't know. We've got about 40 more than we started with, so they've got to still be
Yeah.
here.
All right, we're
Did you
gonna
wear
move
the
on.
did you
We'll
wear
move on.
did you wear the chat out?
I guess I did.
Oh, there's one person.
There we go. We got one.
Craig Kelly give you a
All
1.
right, good.
Yeah, maybe they've lost you in this slide. I don't know.
So, folks, what we're saying to you, it's a piece of cake. Get your first person. It's not any harder to get your second. Just put your mind to getting qualified, being in profit on day 1. Okay? That's our goal. Get you on qualified with 2 people. Day 1. It's much better to be in profit than it's not. Who's going to quit if you're in profit?
Who's going to quit when you only had to pay one time?
Exactly.
Nobody's going to quit when you only had to pay one time. Remember the old model. The old model that is still out there is you paying every month to the owner. And then maybe at some time in the month, you might get paid. That is not this. Not at all. Yeah,
None.
Gary.
Ambassador, this is where the fun begins. You at least sponsored one or more. We're telling you go for the gold, get two. Why? Because on our forced 2x20 number 3, one person allows you to get paid 5 levels, but 2 people allows you to be paid for the entire compensation plan.
That's why you want to get two. You embrace the number 2 now. You embrace it because that's all you need.
Folks, for those of you who have ever rode a bus or the tram or something, and you had to go 60 miles maybe for your whole trip, and it costs $3 to go 20 miles and $7 to go for the entire trip. I don't know too many people that are going to say, well, give me the $3 ticket and I'll walk the rest of the way.
That's
That
right,
ain't gonna
Samantha.
happen.
Sorry, Gary. I couldn't help myself.
That's okay.
Look at what Samantha put in there.
Yes, new people pay attention to that part.
Yeah. You're right, Gina.
All right. So, what does it mean when we become ambassador? Now, there are 7 levels of ambassador currently. I need to qualify that. It cost us $129 a month, basically one time, auto financing, paid with income, 9 for our back office, 20 goes immediately into the compensation plan. Okay? Immediately into the compensation plan. 25 in cash back. You know, when I will tell you this, and Bob will tell you the same thing I'm going to tell you. We first saw that $25, we didn't know where it came from. Right? Bob, did you know where that $25 came from?
No, I had to, because I get to talk to the programmer, I literally had to ask the programmer what that 25.0 was. And the programmer says, oh yeah, we forgot to tell you. That is 25 points, and each point is worth $1. And we gave that to everybody. They gave it. And they don't just give it to you once a month. I mean, let me rephrase that. They don't just give it to us one time. They're giving that to each and every one of us every month.
Yes.
Because they love us. Yes.
Now, as an ambassador, because you have a forced 2x20, you actually can have up to 2 million shoppers beneath you.
Oh, and if you think for 1 second that the possibility of you not having 2 million shoppers, I'm going to tell you what I just told in a 3-hour meeting with the biggest team, one of the biggest teams that I have that's in India. They know how many people are in India alone. There's over 1 billion people in India alone. And guess what? 50% of them shop online every day. That is a study that has been done by the e-commerce industry. 50% of those individuals are shopping online at least once per week, not once a month, once per week. And if you understand what you have in your hands, ladies and gentlemen, with your own shopping mall of 200 plus stores actually 210. I've just seen the mall itself. You now have access to billions of people around the world because let me give you an example. Amazon is 30 years old. We are just getting started. Amazon has 200 million people paying Amazon $15 a month to save a couple of dollars and get free shipping. Let me repeat that. 200 million people. Guess who we have access to now? All of those people. Why? Because every one of the shops in our malls products had been done a cost comparison to Amazon. So we will be cheaper than Amazon. We'll be faster at our delivery in Amazon. And guess what? Amazon and Jeff Bezos is not paying you to shop there or your customers, but we are. Yes. Yes. Back to you, Gary.
All right. We get immediate income earning potential from steps 1 to 7 of the compensation plan.
Do we get free shipping? I don't know. I don't care. I don't care. And I'm not going to pay monthly for free shipping because I don't have to.
Okay,
Just so you know, we look, now there was a plan where they're talking about basing the shipping cost inside the product cost to us. Now, I don't know if that's actually happened yet or not, but I'm going to tell you something. I don't care. Neither does my wife because it's free money. Listen, you're not taking the card out of your wallet to go shopping to begin with. You're doing what? You're taking the balance that you are starting to build up in your back office, which is your profits, to go shopping with. And guess what? This is your business. And guess what? All that dollars that you're spending in your shopping mall, they're all tax deductible. Yes. Yes. They're all tax deductible dollars. What? What did Bob just say? That's correct. I checked with my tax attorney. Yes, it is. You all have no idea. You have no freaking idea what's in front of each and every one of you right now, but you will very quickly. You will. Back to you, Gary.
All right. Ambassador, immediate compensation plan, steps 1 to 5. You have to have sponsored at least one person. Step 1, cost 100 one time. Income potential 200. Folks, get 2 people. Okay? You paid in 129.
Yeah, Gary, how much did it cost you to invest in your business one time?
129.
And how much did you just get with your first 2 people?
200.
Can anybody do the math? Please. Somebody. Do the math. Thank you.
$71 profit. Thank you, Marianne.
Very good, Marianne. Marianne's paying attention. Yeah,
Now,
profit. Now, wait a minute. Wait a minute, Gary. We got to be very, very what? We got to be very correct and not just politically correct. That's $71 pre-tax profit, ladies and gentlemen. So we will tell you that you are responsible. Oh, by the way, yes, you are all sole proprietors until you're not. That's another training thing. But as a sole proprietor, you are also responsible for your taxes. And yes, you will pay your fair share of taxes. But guess what? If you come to my training, I'm going to teach you something very special about the tax codes and what you can do in the United States. Yes. And it's not illegal. Thank you. Back to you, Gary.
all right. So what does that do? Where does that put you? On your main mall 2x20, your income potential is 12 levels at that time. We're going to show you how you get to 20, but you're going to start at 12 because you have 2 personally sponsored people. We actually have 2 2x20s. This is one of them. So your income potential is now 4,096 people in those 12 levels. Okay, that's your earning potential at that point with one personally sponsored. Again, I'm going to tell you, do 2. Okay, so as you can see over on the chart on the right, when you get to level 12, that's your total of people on your 12th level. 4,096 total on the 12th level. I have not added all 12 levels together, but we can see 6, 7, call it 8. You're probably somewhere around 9,000 people potentially in those 12 levels. If somebody wants to bother to do the math, has a calculator, that's okay. You're welcome to do that. So again, oh, there we go. Now, step 2. What happens? What's going to create step 2? Okay. Step 2 is when I help 2 get what? 2. What is 2 helping 2? How many people is that, folks? Let's look up here. Level 2 has the number 4 next to it. I now have the magic of 6 people total, 2 on my first level, 4 on my second. I opened up 2 more levels. Okay. Step 3. I now have 8 people because the 4 got their 2. And when that happened, we opened up 15 and 16. Now, let's just look at level 16. 65,536 people. Okay? I want you to picture, you remember, how many people remember the example I gave off of the mall income based on 1,000 people? Anybody remember that? New people in particular. How much did we make from the mall when we had 1,000 people? 3,000. There we go. Thank you,
Is that
Marianne.
all, Gary?
Well,
Only 3,000 a month?
that was we minimized it because the company says $3.50 to $5.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Now the company says now we wanted to lowball it. Remember how we lowballed it?
Yeah, you're right.
We took the unilevel and dropped it by 2/3. Right? I
Yeah,
dropped the unilevel by 2/3.
yeah. We wanted to be realistic.
So here is my question for you, folks. If you actually get filled in to level 16, now remember, we're only taking one level. We're not taking the total numbers. I just want to make this simple just to give you an idea of what's potentially here.
Be very careful, Gary. You're going to blow people's minds now.
Now, I'm going to blow your minds because I'm going to say levels 15 up to 1 don't exist, and all we have is 65,536 people.
Only, yeah.
Folks, how much money did you make this month if we only average $3 per person?
I can't do the math
Okay.
without my calculator.
Let's just round it off and say there's only 60,000 there. We'll make
Yeah,
it
just
simple.
there you go. There you go. Make it easy.
We'll make it easy.
I can do that math. Can anybody else do that math? Hey, this is not one time. Wait.
No,
This is
it's
not
not.
one
It's
time.
monthly and growing.
That's not one time, ladies and gentlemen. And
Okay.
what about on the way up to level 16, ladies and gentlemen? Do you see what's happening? My wife and I do. We see it in our back office every day. Gina sees it in her back office every day. Amy sees it in her back office every day. I could go on and on and on.
So
We're already seeing this.
let's go one more step farther with this, guys. Just for the sake of having a little fun.
No, we don't want to have fun.
So Bob told you that we grow at 500 people a day plus, right?
That's for 2 weeks in a row now, Gary. That hasn't stopped.
Hadn't stopped, hadn't slowed down. So let's push that aside and say we don't have 11 or 12,000 people currently, but we grow at 500 a day. How many new people per month will we have at 500 a day?
Uh-oh.
New people,
New people only.
new people.
There you go, Pedro.
15,000. So Pedro, how much, if I only make $3 per person, will I
I know
make,
you, Pedro.
will I make next month, based on the fact that we grew to 15,000, 45,000 a month?
Pedro's pretty fast with that math.
Yeah, he was fast. So here's what I want you to dream about, folks. We're talking, Bob and I are not what I would call gurus per se. We're
No,
not sharks. We're not whales.
nope, not yet.
We're average people. At this point, we're growing into a legend in our own minds.
Yeah, in our own minds.
So folks, can you see the potential of what average people can earn here? How's your pulse level doing right now?
Yeah, Gina is absolutely correct. Gina is absolutely, positively,
1,000%.
100% correct.
1,000% correct.
And I'll tell you why. We all understand about being burnt to a crisp in other businesses over the last many, many years. Okay? And yes, you are taking a risk. It is a less than $200 one-time risk. I was willing to risk $200 one time when Gary and I finally figured out what we had in our hands 16 weeks ago. And we had no idea, did we, Gary? No idea.
We didn't even, we thought we knew what we didn't yet know we didn't know.
We had no idea that after week one, we had over 100 people, and we still only had our two.
That's
and then
it.
at week two, I can go back and I can tell you the recorded conversations because we've had Zoom webinars ever since. And we just go, this is craziness. We got 200 people now. And then the next thing you know, we had 500. Then we had 2,000. Gary, we had 2,500 just when?
We had 2,300 3.5 weeks ago.
Okay, so 4 weeks ago, we had a little over 2,000. 4 weeks ago, only 2,000. And Gary, what do we have now?
Over 11,000, but I don't know the whole number.
Well, how many does the company have?
Adding for 14?
14,000 in the company. Hang on a second. Let's scratch our heads a second. 14,000 in the whole company, but Gary and I have 11,000 of that 14,000. Now, do you think that there's something going on here, ladies and gentlemen? Do you think you might have found some people that can teach you how to become successful? Yes. Oh, yes, there's a lot of people, Steve, that are from On Passive. I know exactly what your OP means. I have the largest team in India building from On Passive right now. I met with them this morning. I am going to, Gary doesn't know this yet, but they are already waiting for us to go to India between now and March to do them a live event. And we have the leaders of the largest On Passive teams that were ever built in India. They're under us. Yes, they are. Yes.
All right, guys, let's cover what happens with our expenses. Okay? Because our
Oh, wait a
expenses,
minute, Gary. Wait a minute, Gary. Wait
yes,
a minute. Expenses.
expenses.
We got to have expenses.
Hey, we're not going to reach in our pocket. We're going to show you how it's self-funded.
Oh, so wait a minute. Wait a minute. You're telling us. You're telling this all the people here that in order to run a business, yes, you have an income because you're selling products, right?
Right?
But also when you learn how to run a business, you also have expenses every month too, right?
Every month.
Yeah. Yeah, Bruce, 6.5 years ago. Trust me, you and I need to have a private conversation because one of my biggest leaders was in it for 4 years. Anyway, that's a sidebar. Go ahead, Gary. Sorry.
All right, guys, when we go what we call level 2, it costs $200.
And
But it's
no, Bruce, I'm sorry,
auto,
Gary. I'm sorry.
it's okay.
You're not, yes. Yeah, you're still not paid. I don't, please don't even get me started on all that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, let's hold that one.
Yeah.
So it costs $200. It's auto financed. In other words, it's coming out of profits, and your income potential is $600.
Yes, Marina. God bless
So
you.
step 3, right? Step 3 is income put cost now went to 330, right? Income potential for that level 1400. Step 4, the cost is 440, income potential is 3000. Step 5, our cost is 550. Our income potential for that level is 6200. Also, it changes our income potential to 20 levels. Okay? 20 levels.
That's
Oh,
amazing, Gary.
that is mind-boggling.
Wow.
Yes, these levels are paid monthly from profits. It's self-funding or
Yeah.
auto-financing.
Yeah. It's,
Remember, remember when you made your first 200 when you brought 2 people in, right?
I do remember that.
So at that point, you have $200 in your bank. The upgrade for level step 2 is $200. So you didn't reach in your back pocket. But when you did step 2, and there was 4 people in there, your income potential then went to 600. So all of a sudden, another 600 went back into your bank, right? Let's show you how this works. 600 went back in your bank. When you get there, when all the people on that level are there and upgrading, you get 600. So your next upgrade, auto financed, it's going to be 330. Folks, is 600 more than 330?
I think so.
You think so? So when we get to step 3 or level 3, our income potential went up to 1400. So when we actually achieve that, it allows us to pay for what? Step 4. So is 1400 more than 440? Well, yes, of course. Okay. And so as you see, our expenses, now these happen every 30 days. This repeats itself every 30 days over and over and over. So when you create whatever level you're at, and you'll continue to grow as you go through these 5 steps, they will auto repeat month after month after month after month. And the only thing you'll see is growth, more people. So while you're building this, you're going to have what? You have model income coming in, you have a unit level income coming in,
Now remember, the mall income is monthly as well. That is your
Yes.
mirror. That's your mirror 2x20. And right now, you are seeing mall income. All you got to do is look in your back office.
Yeah.
In your back office, you will show your commissions as ambassador, because all of you are here ambassadors if you're, unless you're just starting today. But you'll show your commissions show from left to right, and in the middle, before your total commissions, those are two sets of commissions, which includes your bonus coming from the mall right itself, and the mall's not even open.
Right.
Yes.
Hey, Pedro, we're going to be covering that, but the question is yes and no. Think of it as an overlapping matrix with the same people. Okay? It's an overlapping matrix with
Yep.
the same people. So if I were to break this down, you're building three matrices with the same people. The only variation happens because of the unilevel. The unilevel has no limit on its width. So after we have built our first 5 levels, basically in your first 5 levels is a total of 62 people. Okay? After you've built that first 5 levels and you have it solid, then we teach going ahead and going ahead and use your link again. Go ahead, Paul. You'll be recording. So at that point, we want you to go ahead and start using your link and building your unilevel out. So, as I was saying, you're building 3 simultaneous webinars at the matrices at the same time. And it's the same people. So you're building one time, but you're creating 3 incomes at the same time. Folks, particularly for new people, have any of you ever seen the ability to create multiple streams within the same company, within the same people? Have you ever seen that before? I lost attention of my new people. So, there we go. No. Because what you're seeing today doesn't resemble anything you've ever seen before.
Nope. And we've been making changes for the last 4 months, but I'll cover that here in a second. Go ahead, Gary.
Immediate payout.
Every day in real time.
In real time, immediate payout. Okay? This is the third compensation plan. Income is 200. 6 people pay up to level 2. Your pay is 600 for level 2, 1,400 level 3. As these people upgrade, that money is instantaneous. Automatic pay, daily pay. Okay? Don't have to wait on it. Now, we do set what here, and we cover this. We highly recommend you set your back office on automatic. What will happen if you set it on automatic? It'll take your monthly expenses out automatically when they're due.
And they took all of ours.
It took all of ours.
And so your balance is
your balance
your
is
balance.
your net money, your take home.
In your back offices at the very top is your blue bar. That is what is owed to you now. That is coming when they put the withdrawal button in there as part of the upgrades. We're going to talk about that. Let's get like Gary finish.
So level 4, 3,000, 62 people, level 5, 6,200. Your gross income potential. And it takes you a while to get there. Okay? This doesn't happen overnight. 11,400 gross minus those expenses of what? 200, 330, 440, 550, or total expenses monthly of 1649. Subtract that 1649 from 11,400, you come up with $9,751 a month. This is our slowest money coming in, folks. Our slowest. Now, Bob and I are already there. We've already gone past this.
Yeah, but you got to remember something. We have been doing this for how many weeks, Gary?
16 weeks today.
16 weeks. Okay.
Today starts
So we're not just
beginning.
starting today, and we didn't just start a week ago. We have been building this for 16 plus weeks. All right.
Correct.
So that's why we are where we are. And you are where you're starting.
That's right. We started the same place that every one of our new people start. There is no difference where we started to where we are.
Hey Gina,
Except
that's
time.
a good point. But right now we are totally automatic. Okay, so when they finish all the upgrades over the day of the 15th, the day of the 16th, which I'll explain in a minute, then that button will be back there, and because of the legalities, you will have the opportunity to change that. You will not want to, because you got to remember, we are all in automatic and have been since we got our back offices. And so all you got to do is look in at the bottom of your finances, and it shows you every level that they have already taken out. And then you also will know what levels you got left, because they're not coming out until you get the income first to get to that level. Go ahead, Gary.
Bob, if you need to go, just go ahead and go.
Who?
You.
I don't have to go.
Okay, I thought you told me you did.
No.
Okay. So, the hybrid compensation structure, 2x20 matrix.
Everybody go ahead and just hold your questions so Gary can get through this, because we should have already been through this by now.
Yeah, my apologies. I got caught a couple sections deep. There's no balancing in matrix. This is not a binary. Okay? You are paid for what you have. There's no complications. The payout comes from each line, compression from each direct. What do I mean by compression? Compression only happens under a unique situation. Let's say you bring in a new person and they're not ambassador, they're VIP. They don't have their first two or first one, either one, and they're there for 30 days. What will happen? They will compress for that pay cycle. For that pay cycle only, which allows you to do what? Allows you to help them get at least sponsored one and hopefully two in the next 30 days. Not everybody works the same. Some people treat it as a hobby. Maybe they're in a hospital. Maybe they're on vacation, whatever the case. So it compresses for that pay cycle. Everybody understand that? So, sponsorship lineage on a unilevel. We have 50, 20, 10, 10, and 10. And we did some examples of this, so we're not going to spend a lot of time on this particular section. We've already kind of done this. So, in conclusion, access the most
3%.
generous compensation on the planet. This Alps gives you back 100%. 100% goes back into the compensation plan.
4,000 people.
Daily shopping will create a life-changing residual income for all members. Future customers impact and steps 6 and 7 will be explained in training. Crypto debit card coming soon. We kind of talked about that. Shopping store with a lot of products. Estimated date open is February 1st. Highest cashback return for the community. Roadmap in progress to build the world's strongest shopping center. You'll be part of a business like you have never seen before. That's why we're different. So we want you to join, new people. Get back with the person who invited you to the presentation. Okay? We highly encourage you, make the commitment to do something new, something different. Quit doing the same things that failed, and they failed you in the past, hoping for a different result. Right? New people, give me a 3 if I have your attention with this presentation. Is it different than anything you've experienced or seen out there before? Right? Make the commitment to the person that invited you to that call, this call, and join us. Let's kick it in gear. You're going to have the best 12 months you've ever had in any deal. If you can't see it, check your pulse, folks. I mean, this is the most exciting thing you will ever see. And with that, Bob, I want to turn it back over to you for closing statements.
Well, let's get that, and we'll do that. But first, let's make sure we set a Q&A, and we've run way over. We're trying to keep these to an hour and 15 minutes, hour and 30 minutes. And it's, the thing is this is the most newest business presentation that we've had. Okay, we've had to make changes, and all the changes, just so you're aware, everybody that's been with us understands that first and foremost, nobody gets the opportunity to be in a startup unless you are a leader or a founding member like Gary and I. Okay, Gary and I are partners, and we are one of 4 partners which are connected to the 4 master distributors, which are connected to the entire ownership and leadership of des Alpes. We have been blessed with that. You all are blessed with the fact that you're with us right now, building for the last 4 months, and you would never get to do this in a startup. Never, ever get to do this in a startup. I can assure you of that. So understand that first and foremost. So the reason I say this to you is because 97% of you on this call right now would never know about all these changes that have been going on for the last 4 months. And you going through the angst and the not understanding why they're doing this and why they're doing that. Well, they're doing it, number one, because they can. They're the owners. The terms of service, policies, and procedures that are in your back office specifically tell you that they are the owners. They are in control of all the content, and they will make changes wholesalely and at will without our permission. But the good news for all of you is that Gary and I are directly connected to all of them. And so we know that when things are coming before they come, so we can do what? We can share them with you, which is what we're doing right here. And is there a possibility that there could be more changes before we go to the public at the end of the month? Absolutely. Absolutely. In your own back office, they warned everybody from day one when you first got your back office that there are changes happening in real time, and they have been happening in real time. And some of the numbers are skewed and some of the numbers are not correct. And that's just part of growing pains as we move forward to go to the public. But all of these things will come to pass, and they're coming to pass now. Okay, we've been telling people for the longest time, we're almost there to start getting our links. Remember this, Gary?
Yes.
Remember when we said, man, we all we wished for Christmas was to get our link. I'll never forget that. Gary and I talking about. Then we got our link. Then all we wished for Christmas next was to be able to pay our $45 and then to make sure that we were started soon enough so that we were grandfathered, which all of you are until the 15th of January. After the 15th of January, there is no more $45 for 12 months. And that was a deal that was only supposed to be for the leaders. But all of you have been blessed to get the $45 for your back office for 12 months. And now that you have that, that is all that you will ever pay once a year for as long as this business is going. So hallelujah, congratulations. But that is going to be absolutely cut off in 2 days. So also in 2 days, I want you to write this down and get this back to your people. The site will shut down. Now, they didn't want to shut the site down, but they have no choice in order to get everything the way it needs to be in our back office, because there's a lot of our back office that we don't have access to yet that we will. Okay. And a lot of our back office that we need to have access to do some very important things that are being done. Okay. We'll cover this in training, but I want you to know the important dates. January 15th is one date. January 14th, write this down. Before midnight, tomorrow night here in the United States, you go into your back office and take a snapshot of your finance tab and put it in a folder. And I'm telling you this because I've had this conversation directly with Antonio himself, and he even recommended it. And the fact that he recommended it is a very good thing. Why? Because that is somebody that is in the corporate structure of these Alps, paying attention and understanding that you need to have your best interest spoken for. And he has the best interest of each and every one of you here. Okay, well, how do I know that? Because I talk to him every day. Gary will tell you. Gary talks to the admin and the president. And now we have access to all of them, which is a benefit for every single one of you here going forward. So write it down. January the 14th, tomorrow night, before midnight. Take a snapshot, put it in your folder to hold it. Why? Because they're going to flush the whole back office. Why? Because they have to, because now the $45 for 12 months is gone. And the next day, if they open up the next day, the back office, it will have 3 buttons back there. They'll have one button for 129, one button for 165, and one button for 181. Okay, so that won't be $45 for 12 months. That's $45 for 6 months and at $81 for 12 months. But that is what's coming. Okay, we all knew this. We all knew that there was a time schedule on this, and so the time is here. So that's why I want you to take a screenshot of your back office. Do it and hold it. Now, when we come back online, everything will be back in order and all the little defects corrected. Because if you go in your back office right now, I can guarantee you, if you understand how to look at how your balance comes to be, you just add up your bottom rows. You take your monthly commission, and it tells you how much your monthly commission is in real time at that moment of time. Remember, this is totally different. You're not getting paid once a week. You're not getting paid once a month. You're getting paid every day that people are coming in and below you in your organization as they come in immediately. Immediately. You take that total and then you subtract the box that shows your subscriptions that you've already paid for. And you'll see that box and you'll know what I'm talking about. And you subtract those two numbers, and then that is your balance. And I'm going to tell you, it is not exact, and it has never been exact. And mine has been off anywhere from $80 to $150. And I'm telling you this because we don't keep nothing away from you. Now they're going to fix all these things. But this is why we're telling you now. Okay? So I want each and every one of you to take this information, and you've got to take it to everybody in your organization so that they know. And then they know that you're going to be shut down for 2 days, possibly. They're trying to keep it only 1 day. Okay, hang on just a second, guys. You can answer some of those questions, Gary.
I can. I'll read the answer. Is if somebody didn't get their email, first thing you do is check spam. If it doesn't work and it's not in spam, try and click it again. If that doesn't provide the email, you want to get a hold of support right then. That day. Every day you wait is one more day that you delay that person getting in. A VIP is paying an extra $20. Remember why? As an ambassador, you have $20 of Alps points going in to the mall. That's where that extra $20 is going, is to Alps points going into their mall. Because it's not generated until you become ambassador. So how do you balance that out? Well, you have an extra $20 going out until they get their first person. So if they get their first person in 30 days, it's not relevant. The $20 difference is not relevant because it'll fall in a 30-day window in which they became ambassador. Yeah, about 40% of the time, if you haven't seen an email, it's probably hiding in spam. It's almost always there. Not always, but most of the time. Marina, I would contact support over that and ask that question. But it's probably a cookie issue.
It could be. And if you think that you're going to log in for one of your people, that does not work. Okay, the system's pretty sophisticated. It recalls your IP address. I tried to log in for my wife. I can't do it. And I shouldn't be able to do it. Okay, you don't want people logging in for you. And if you can log in to somebody else's account, that's a problem. That is a problem. Okay, we used to be able to do that, but the security protocols are being updated as we speak as well. And one of the security protocols that I requested that is coming in the upgrades is 2FA. Okay. Now the chat support, I can tell you right now, chat support is running very slow. Why? Because they're in the middle of all these upgrades and they are going to shut down the morning of the 15th. Okay. Matter of fact, the join page is being completely redone and it was supposed to be back up and running, and that may be shut down still right now. I got to find that out because I know some people are trying to get in to beat this deadline for the $45. Okay. And the deadline is tomorrow. So we're working on that behind the scenes. Hey, Donald, don't wait till midnight. Okay, come on. Don't wait till midnight. You know, I probably should have just said, get a snapshot. You know, all I'm going to tell you is after midnight, that which one second after midnight is January the 15th. Now, does that mean that they're going to be done? Well, they're not working at 1 minute after midnight on January the 15th. So don't wait till 11:59 and 59 seconds to take your snapshot. All right. You're not going to have that much of a difference. All right. And when you come back online, your difference is going to be more, not less. I can assure you of that. Okay. Your difference is obviously going to be more. Why? Because we get paid daily. This is running in behind the scenes. They have to leave that part running. They can pause the site for maintenance and upgrades, but the program is running in the background and it updates. It's the most amazing thing I've ever seen. And I know programmers, and my son knows programming. I mean, my son knows programming, and he cannot get his head wrapped around the program and the software that is running what we have. As an experienced marketer, don't have problem with funds, but can you give me tips on how to justify money deposit our bank every day, every month? Yeah, I sure can. You have a business. Now you have a choice. Now here in the United States, I'm going to give you my example and why I changed banks. I went into my bank that I've been with 20 years. I said, Debbie, I said, I want to open up a new checking account. She says, why? I said, Debbie, I want to open up another checking account. She says, why? I said, Debbie, you asked me one more time, and I'm going to walk out this door, and I'm going to tell everybody that I know in Glenpool to not bank with you. She goes, what are you talking about? I said, it's none of your business why I want to open up another checking account. I said, I am approved, and I've been a member here for 22 years. You don't have to know why I want to open up another checking account. And if you need to check on that, then you got bigger problems than I do. And yes, I talked that way. My wife was dragging me out the bank door at the time. Now, I'm not telling you how to talk to your banker, but I'm telling you that now, let me qualify this. If you go into your bank and you say you want to open up a business account, yes, in fact, you will have to produce documents on exactly what you're doing and where your money is coming from. Abso-freaking-lutely. Absolutely. And if you live in a country like South Africa, one of my biggest leaders that I have flies to each country. He was the biggest builder of a company in Europe called Four Corners. He was Mr. South Africa. He had 100 leaders in 50 different countries. I didn't even know there was 50 different countries in South Africa. I may be wrong, but however many countries there are, he had a leader in each one of them and had 80,000 people. Yes, he did. Now, what does he do now? Well, right now, he also owns his own airline. Yeah, he's got a lot of money. But all that to say this, that he gets in his plane and he flies to each one of the countries where his leaders are starting over again with us. And he sits down with the governors and the admin of each bank, and he has to explain to them in detail who we are, where we're registered, what we're doing, and what business this is, and where the money is exactly coming from. 100%. Yep, Joe, you know more about it. 100% has to. Now, do you have to do that in your country? I have no idea. But if you do, that's great because you have no problem. We are legal and we are registered. Okay. Matter of fact, one of the registrations that they just placed is in Belize. And I love that fact, Gary. You know why I love that, right, Gary?
Yeah,
because we're going to go to Belize. We're going to go to Belize for an event, obviously. And so you know that people go to Belize.
Roatan.
Yeah. Roatan, the Rotan. So yes, do your due diligence. Look, ladies and gentlemen, this is a legitimate, real business. This is not a side gig. This is not a hobby. This is not something that you're gonna put $200 in and say, hey, well, I'll just see if this works or it don't work. No, if that's your attitude about this, don't do it. If your attitude about business in the United States is, well, I've been burnt 500 million times, and so I'm not going to invest $200, don't do it. Don't do it. I'm not going to chase you. We're not going to try to convince you. We don't have to. We know exactly what's going on. We know exactly who the owners are. We know exactly how this is working. And no, you're not going to meet the owner personally because you invested $200 in your business. You're not. You're just not. Why do we get to? Why do we get to? Because I've just made the owners $1 million. That's why. Yes. Gary and I have 10,000, 11,000, probably 12,000 people by now. Do the math. What is 100 times 12,000? Gina, give me the number. Gina St. Forth, what is 100? What is 10,000 times 100, Gina? Come on, Gina. I know you can faster than that. Somebody. 1 million. What did I just tell you? Gary and I have over 10,000 members below us coming in. Our business is worth $1 million to them today. That's why we have not their attention, we have their respect, and we have their ear, and we can go and fly to Canada right now and sit down and have coffee with them. And we will. As a matter of fact, my biggest leader is Joseph Anthony, and my biggest leader has 7,000. That's correct. My biggest leader under me has 7,000, and he lives in Montreal, 30 minutes away from their offices. Now, yeah, Gina, is that impressive? I sure hope it impresses somebody. It impressed me that Gary and I spent 4 months. How long did we? Gary's got 2 brick and mortar businesses. Gary has 2 brick and mortar businesses that he has to pay attention to. Hang on just a second, folks. He's got 2 brick and mortar businesses that he has to, and he's also customer service for one of them. Good Lord. I am going to come down to Florida and I'm going to smack him. And he knows this with all love and respect. If he does not get a customer service person hired immediately, because he don't have time for that. Look, I am retired, completely retired, and I do this 100%. What did I do? I built this for my family. My wife is making more money than I am already. Craig, one of my biggest leaders, is making more money than I am already. His wife is making more money than he is already. And you have to understand why this is. Okay? And we will catch up. My daughter is halfway caught up already with my wife. And my son just got started. He was the last one in, and he's halfway almost caught up with my daughter. Ladies and gentlemen, this kind of stuff, you cannot make this up. You can't make this up. You know, I'm not going to show you my back office numbers. I tried to take a snapshot of my back office tree so I could show you the numbers of people underneath my wife and underneath Craig and his wife. And then also shows you the numbers that have already paid in on your left and right legs. And it's not even 40%. And we're growing at 500 new members a day. We'll never catch up. Gary, how do we catch up, right?
Yeah, numbers catch up automatically.
Gina, we're coming. The challenge. I set a challenge Day one in the first week. Ask Gary if I did not. Did I not, Gary?
Yes.
And what was the challenge, Gary?
But we both set the same challenge.
No, I'm not talking about the 62 people.
Yeah. No, I was talking about the challenge that we set forth were actually twofold.
Building offline.
Building offline, we set a personal goal. Everybody will laugh at this.
Yeah. Yes. Catch this now. Be careful. Be careful. Listen.
We set a personal goal to achieve $10,000 a month.
That was it.
That was it. That's our first goal. We knew within a week our goals were set way too low. Okay. And the second thing that we decided at this time, and we said it just when we started, to say, let's do this different. Let's not do this traditional style of MLM.
Correct.
Let's take two people and we get our two people in. We want to help the two people get two people, help the four people, help the 8 people, and let's make a no hole, everyone qualified all the way down as far as we can make it go, and teach the same thing. Teach the same thing. Why? What happens if each of you create basically a whole free 90% qualified matrix? What will you have done? You'll have something that doesn't ever fall apart, right? Everybody get that?
Yeah, what we have built has never been done before. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Let me see, we have 99 people left. Okay. And we've been on this for 2 hours. And that is constant. Nobody stays on business Zooms for more than 30 or 45 minutes. And the reason is they're canned pitches and they don't amount to nothing but a bunch of hype and conjecture and crap, and don't prove nothing to you. But yep, they're out there and they're going to take your money every month, every month, every month. Now, there's probably some of you on this call right now that are still giving some owners money every month. I was up until 5 months ago. And when I realized what we had in our hands, I said to Gary, I said, I got to stop giving this guy $30 a month. Remember, Gary?
Yes.
I told you about it. Okay. I'm not going to name the name of the company or the name of the owner. He's already in conversations with me. And Gary doesn't know this part yet. This guy's got 20,000 people paying him $30 a month. Do the math. 20,000 people paying him $30 a month. I know him personally. I'm not going to tell you who he is. Doesn't matter. But yes, he's got $60,000. No, he doesn't. He's got $600,000. Just do the math. It's stupid. But he's just one of thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of owners that 10, 20 years ago figured out how to put together these compensation plans and then go after the big whales. You'd have to see how this was built. The current industry was built on two things. You being the owner that had the money to invest in a piece of software that could potentially pay a certain amount of people $10,000 a month or more. Okay. And that business model still exists. And so you have guys out there like that are getting $30 a month, and here's what they're doing. $30 a month up front, paying people $25 right off the top. Okay. That's only month one. So yeah, they only make $5 a person. No. They make $5 a person for the first month. They make $30 a person the second month after. And then they're only paying out $7 to $9 a month per person per level, and they only have 9 levels. Do the math. Yep, I know you got to do it, David. David is one of my biggest leaders. Let me tell you something. He's not just a global leader because of the size of his business. He's got over 5,000. He is also a city leader of mine in Oklahoma City. I'm in Oklahoma. I have 2 leaders, one of them down the street from me, Jeff McBee. Hang on just a second. Gary, is there any other questions?
I don't see anything. There is one question I want to address real quick. Hey, I got puppy time too. I'm going to make a new video based off of this PowerPoint you're looking at. And I'll get it approved and we'll distribute it. Okay?
People want to see this whiny butt. That's him. This is Momo. He is a 100% Pekingese. For those of you that don't know about the breed, the breed, and he's 13 years old. You can see the white beard on him. The breed has a very bad defect in their hips, kind of like German Shepherds. But when their hips go, they can't walk at all. And so he cannot walk, so we have to take him. But yeah, you can see him. I can see him in the video. His face is black. He's got white beard on him. So yeah, everybody should be able to see him. And he doesn't like to be. He's bashful. And the thing is that you have to understand about the Pekingese breed. The Pekingese breed were bred by the Chinese emperors, the actual emperors of China. And they would have them, and they were on the ground walking next to them underneath their robes. And I can tell you, they have a very, very vicious bite, and you don't want to get bit by one, because I was. So that's Momo. So
All right, guys, I think we'll end right here. I think we've answered all the questions that we can actually answer for you.
I don't know if there's going to be an app coming. You know, like all businesses, all things, there probably will be, but that has not even been discussed yet. You don't see my screen. I don't know.
Well, you will now. They will now.
I don't know why.
Because
Anyway.
I have my screen pinned.
Oh yeah, he was pinning his screen so y'all couldn't see me.
Yes. See how I am?
Yeah, that's how Gary rolls.
All right, guys. We'll end right here. We appreciate by spending the time with us today.
Hey, go back to your leadership. The dates that I'm telling you about and the things that are getting ready to happen, you need to go back to your leaders and get the information from them. They all have it. My senior leadership team and all the leaders have all of this information. Okay. And we've been putting it out all week long. So as soon as this video becomes available, it will be posted in the Skype room, and it will get posted by all the leadership as well. So thank you guys for your time.
Thank you.
Bobby King. Good to see you, Bobby King. Finally. Jasmine, very good to see you. I hope that your team, Jasmine, is coming through. I understand the challenges that you're having. I really do. Whatever we can do, whatever Joe and I and Gary can do to help get your team moving along, just get a hold of us.